live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
State Line police are looking for the suspect in a hit and run. We'll talk about the crash that killed a woman. Plus, gas prices continue to fall in the state line. This comes as experts wait for the national average to fall below $3 a gallon. And the Mega Millions jackpot grows once again. We'll tell you how much you could win. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us. Mimi Murphy and Eric Wilson are off. We start with the snowstorm that has killed at least 26 people in the Northeast, marking it Western New York's deadliest snowstorm in at least 50 years. ABC's Alexis Christoforous reports.
Recovery efforts are underway in western New York after nearly 50 inches of snow fell over 3 days. Thousands are trapped on the roads and in their homes with streets buried. New York State Police are assisting with snow removal.
The city of Buffalo is impassable in most areas, while mains may have a lane open for emergency traffic or two. Most secondaries as well as side streets have not been touched yet.
And unfortunately for the region, more snow is in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. New York Governor Kathy Hochul spent the night in Buffalo.
We have been through a lot of wars together, and this blizzard is the one for the ages. Certainly it is the blizzard of the century.
Hochul says the National Guard has been deployed. The Erie County Sheriff's Office has sent its deputies out to deliver medical supplies and ferry doctors and nurses to hospitals. One mother was stranded in her home for more than 15 hours without electricity for her son's ventilator. She and her fiancé had to give the child manual breaths just to keep him alive. They were eventually rescued after a group of strangers dug out the family.
He is breathing, his machine is on, and we are doing great. And you're a major blessing, you know? That's how he got his name. He is a fighter.
With months to go before the end of winter, Buffalo has already surpassed its normal snowfall average for the entire season. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
Alexis, thank you. Police need your help finding the person responsible for a deadly hit-and-run crash in Rockford Christmas morning. This happened on Gilbert Avenue near Kilburn. Officers found the 48-year-old woman in the street just before 7 a.m. Investigators say she's the victim of a hit-and-run. She was taken to the hospital where she died. The woman has not been identified. If you do have any information, call Rockford Police or Rockford Area Crime Stoppers. Well, we're waiting to hear on the identity of a woman killed in a house fire over the weekend. This happened in the 3600 block of Huffman Boulevard in Rockford Saturday morning. Firefighters say the victim died before they arrived, with smoke and flames pouring out of the house. No one else was home. One firefighter suffered minor injuries but is expected to be okay. Damage was estimated at $50,000. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Well, State Line firefighters are mourning the sudden loss of one of their own. The North Park Fire Protection District announced the death of Brian Renberg. He served as a firefighter and engineer, previously working with CherryVale Fire and Lifeline Ambulance. The district has not revealed what led up to his final moments. We'll keep you updated on the district's plans for memorial arrangements. CherryVale Mall will step up security for the busy shopping days after Christmas. The mall says it will enforce its Youth Escort Policy. The change will run until close tonight and from open to close on Friday and Saturday. That means anyone under 18 must be accompanied by a parent or guardian who is at least 21. The Youth Escort Policy started in 2017. The policy does not apply to stores that have an exterior exit. Those include Barnes & Noble, JCPenney, and Macy's. Well, Christmas may be over, but there's no rush once you decide to take your real Christmas tree down. There will soon be a place to recycle that tree. Once again this year, keep Northern Illinois beautiful. We'll have Christmas tree collection sites. Make sure to take off all the ornaments, the lights, and all the other decorations. That starts January 2nd. Rock River Disposal will also be collecting trees. This is for Rockford residents on their normally scheduled garbage pickup day. It usually begins the second week of January. And did you know most wrapping paper is recyclable? Keep Northern Illinois Beautiful encourages you to not throw out all of that paper. The test, if you can crumple it into a ball and it stays in a ball, then it is recyclable. If it pops back open, then it's not. Well, everyone getting together for the holidays has health officials concerned about a major surge in COVID-19 cases. These concerns are based on what happened after Thanksgiving. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, cases went from 308,000 at the end of November to 487,000 last week. Experts say a spike will further burden the U.S. health system, which is already struggling due to the triple-demic of COVID, influenza, and RSV. Well, state line drivers are spending less at the pump. Gas prices continue to fall. The average now at $3.06 per gallon. That's down 19 cents from last week. Diesel prices continue to drop as well. Across the nation, a gallon of diesel will set you back about $4.68 on average. This was the 7th week we saw a drop in prices, but that streak could come to an end. An expert says extreme cold across the nation could impact oil refining, and that could drive prices back up. The IRS will delay rolling out a new requirement affecting certain cash transactions. The new rule would have required taxpayers to report cash transfers of less than $600 made with third-party apps like Venmo or Cash App. But the move was delayed to give taxpayers and tax preparers more time to understand the reporting requirement. The current rule requires reporting 200 or more transfers worth at least $20,000. The change was part of the American Rescue Plan. Well, checks are going to go out as soon as Friday to seniors awaiting higher Social Security benefit payouts. About 70 million Americans will see a boost of 8.7%. Now that works out to roughly an additional $140 per month for most people. The raised benefits will go to both those receiving regular Social Security and supplemental security income benefits. Well, the next drawing for the $565 million Mega Millions jackpot is set for tomorrow. This is the 6th largest in the game's history. The most recent drawing sold 2 winning tickets in California and Illinois that matched 5 out of 6 numbers. Nobody matched all 6 winning numbers. Each ticket has about a 1 in 302 million chance of winning the big one. Turning now to the war in Ukraine. Russia's military says it shot down a Ukrainian drone today near a Russian airbase, killing 3 of its own servicemen in the process. The attack comes after the Kremlin unleashed strikes on Ukraine during the Christmas weekend, despite President Vladimir Putin claiming he's prepared to negotiate peace. ABC's Elizabeth Schultz has the latest from Washington.
The war in Ukraine reaching beyond the front lines. New surveillance video shows an explosion Monday near Engels Air Base, deep inside Russia. Russia's military says 3 of its servicemen died after it shot down a Ukrainian drone, an apparent display of Ukraine's ability to use long-range weapons. Kyiv not directly taking credit for the strike, but calling it a consequence of the invasion. As Russia continues its attacks across Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin now says he's willing to negotiate peace. U.S. officials have warned that claim is empty as long as the Kremlin continues its indiscriminate strikes.
Fundamentally, right now, Russia has shown no interest in meaningful diplomacy, in meaningfully engaging to bring this war to an end.
Amid Russia's strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, many Ukrainians spending Christmas in the dark, but unwavering in their grit and resolve. This monument in the southern city of Mykolaiv, protected with sandbags and decorated like a Christmas tree. One subway station, the sound of air sirens drowned out by Christmas carols.
Ukraine's foreign minister says his government is aiming for a peace summit by the end of February at the United Nations. He also says that Russia should be banned from the UN Security Council. Elizabeth Schultz, ABC News, Washington.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday and welcome back. We did receive about ½ inch up to an inch across the state line in areas from the snow that places across the area saw today. 1 to 2 inches, that's for places around Rochelle, west of the Rockford area, 2 to 3 inches, so places like Galena, Savannah, and then also Freeport. 3 to 6 inches, that's what fell not only today, but that's the current snow cover that we do fall between it and Monroe, and then east or west of the Janesville area, kind of in southern Wisconsin for the most part in Greene, and then some of Rock County as well. It's been very cold the last couple of days, especially on Friday, -2. We did rise a little bit for Saturday and Sunday, up to 12 on Christmas Eve. And then yesterday on Christmas Day, we actually did hit 14 degrees, but an even better temperature pattern. If you like warmer weather, that's what we're going to see. 19, that's what we reached today at the Chicago Rockford International Airport. We're up to 23 tomorrow. That's still below average, but by Wednesday, we see a switch in our temperature pattern to above normal, and then even close to that 50-degree mark on Thursday, at least for some areas. Some places might stay only in the upper 40s, but at least some of us are going to make it to the 50-degree mark, much better than what we've seen. 12 currently in Rockford, 3 degrees with the wind chill factored in Rockford, though. We're already sub-zero in Galena. It feels like -3 out there. The air temperature is sitting at 9 degrees, though. 12 in Savannah, Sterling, Savannah, Freeport, Monroe. Some places are not seeing a wind chill factored in, but we are going to see sub-zero chills affect pretty much everyone across the state line overnight, so be sure to bundle up if you do have to travel or head outside. Beautiful sunset, though. We've been talking about this out of our Beloit, Wisconsin SkyTrack camera. That's sponsored by Bryden Motors. We did see some snow like I talked about earlier today, but the last several hours we saw that move south of here, taking the cloud cover with it. But you can see north of the Madison, Wisconsin area, there's already some more clouds. That's eventually going to continue to track in across the state line, so partly cloudy skies can be anticipated for tonight. We are going to see them clear out for some of tomorrow, so we will see some sunshine out there for the start of our work week as we get into Tuesday, and then some clouds return to the forecast by Thursday. Dry for the first half and probably most of the day. This model does have most of the moisture staying to our south, getting into some of Lee, DeKalb, and then McHenry counties, so south and then east areas of the state line. But for the most part, the more widespread and heavier rain, that's going to fall to our south and then east towards Chicago. Then we'll look towards after we hit through New Year's weekend. Once we hit the beginning of next week, Monday, Tuesday, a big system could impact our area. At least anything that we do see over New Year's weekend, that's going to come as rain, because we are talking about a warming temperature pattern. It's also going to get very windy out there. We're talking about gusts between about 20 and up to 30 miles per hour. That's for Tuesday afternoon, evening, overnight, and then into Wednesday. This time Wednesday, gusts are still going to be somewhere between about 20 and then up to 30 miles per hour. But we do see signs of warmth, so colder than average tomorrow. We get back to normal then Wednesday, or right near it, a couple degrees above it. The average high for this time of year is right at 31 degrees. The 40s then maybe one day, and the 50s on Thursday do make a return, and that's how it's going to stay. The 1st of January does look warmer, likely seeing above normal temperatures. That's going to stick around likely for the first about week of January. Could see some cooler weather filter in after that, though. 23 tomorrow, we're up to 37. Wednesday, 50, couple areas that will probably reach that on Thursday, and then Tom, 40, stick around after that.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Yeah, the Bears are sitting with a 3-12 record and an 8-game losing streak with 2 games to go. Many fans are locked in on trying to get that #1 draft pick. The Bears have a good shot at that if they come up empty this Sunday against the Lions and then next weekend against the Vikings. Those are 2 teams that still have a lot to play for. Matt Eberflus was asked about the importance of these last 2 weeks and if he might consider sitting Justin Fields to prevent him from injury.
Absolutely not. Nope. Why? Because we got to get better. We want to improve. We want to get our team. We want to see where we are. These last 2 games matter. They're division opponents to us. Very important to our football team to see the competition, to see guys, compete.
And the Packers' motivation is obvious. Win their last 2 games over the Vikings and the Lions, and they'll very likely be in the playoffs. They have a lot of momentum right now, and these 2 remaining games are at Lambeau. They want to be one of the biggest comeback stories of the season. Matt LaFleur is proud of how his guys have pulled together.
It speaks to the character of the men in that locker room and our coaches, and just everybody sticking together, because you see it get sideways in a hurry in this league, and they battled and fought. That's something we talk about all the time, but until you really put in the fire and you got to be able to handle it.
Former Packers offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett is out of a job. The Broncos have fired him 15 games into his first season as their head coach. The Broncos are 4-11, and they were embarrassed by the Rams yesterday, 51-14.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And Savannah is here with a lot better weather than she's been forecasting because slowly these temperatures have been going up. You weren't a very well-liked person over the weekend.
No, I wasn't. We both were in this weekend, and Saturday morning for Christmas Eve, we had wind chills, negative 30 degrees or negative 25 at least. And then Christmas morning was a brutal start. I think that was the day when we had a couple areas that hit 2 degrees finally, and Tom and I were just like, there's a 2 on the board. We freaked out.
It got so ridiculous at some points, like minus 22 for the wind chill. It's crazy.
It was really, really bad. And Tom, tonight we're going to head down to sub-zero wind chills, so that'll be in the forecast, unfortunately, but nothing compared to what we had for Christmas weekend, which is good news. Our low tonight, 3 degrees. We are going to see partly cloudy skies on the interactive radar. No precipitation, though. That's sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and More. You can follow along with the weather. Rain's in the forecast once we get later into the week. That is on mystateline.com. Partly cloudy, but sub-zero chills 3. We talked about that. Tomorrow we'll head up to 23 degrees, partly cloudy. A little bit warmer. We are going to see things gradually warm up as we get further along into the work week. 37, that is a little bit above normal. Our average high for this time of year is at 31 degrees, and then even 50 degrees. I think some areas could hit that. Some of us will probably stay in the upper 40s, but overall warmer temperatures to come. That does stick around for Friday, and then New Year's Eve on Saturday into New Year's Day on Sunday. Even the start of next week, work week, looking better than what we had today. Tom, we reached 19. Next Monday, 42. So just staying much better.
If we can avoid that Arctic blast again, we'd be in good shape.
I know.
All right. Thank you, Savannah. Have a great night.